Okay, so we're going to do a dragon spirit meditation. And before I even said this, because the universe was like, ask students who are here live, what would they like to explore? And as I was thinking about this, I saw a message pop up in the chat, and it was a student asking, can we do a meditation connecting to our future self that is happy and healthy? Absolutely. Let's do that. We'll connect to our future self. And before we do that, I just want to talk about the concept of the multiverse. So we are really this moment in time. You're watching me, we exist in this moment, and the moment where I was talking about this before has passed. So we're right here in this moment. But by the time I point out the moment has passed. But not just this moment, like the what we experienced has passed, but that every moment in time exists in this moment, and we have access to all of it. And how do I know this? I don't know for sure, but this is what the universe has told me. This is like if you feel into like your soul connection, and there's like a knowingness that our minds can't quite comprehend it. We're not set up that way. We're set up to experience linear time in a physical world. But if we can connect with our soul, we can get a bit of an inkling and understanding. But again, we can't quite fully process because we're totally set physically in this world for this linear processing. This is how we, physically survive. We have a physical body. There's these limitations. But if we were to step outside of this, um, and we can step aside a little, but we can't step fully because again, we're physical beings. Um, but if we hypothetically could, we would see how time is not linear. Everything exists in this moment. And not just your whole life from now until, you're 125 years, but every variation of that life. Every choice you made that causes a ripple effect, and the ripple effect from the ripple effect from the ripple, like in infinity. That's why our minds can't fathom this because it just goes on forever, infinitely. And it all exists in this moment. And we have access to all of this. And so, where we are now, we can, by shifting where we're focusing and what we're feeling when we're focused on that, we can shift the physical reality that unfolds, that we experience, because we're basically, all those other multiverses do exist, but our focus is on the multiverse, the happy and healthy multiverse, okay? And then that's what starts to unfold. Like we see it in physically happening, even though we might go, whoa, how is this happening? Like the rational mind cannot comprehend. And this is basically, law of attraction, manifesting. And this is how two people could have, like, say, a couple. One wants to live in Spain and one wants to live in Calgary. How they could both manifest exactly what they want even though they're completely different things, is because there are different versions of themselves where they're together, where they're one set of couples living in Calgary, one set of the couples living in Spain, and it is manifesting that way so that if it's like I want to be happy in my relationship living in Calgary, there's a version, or we're living in Calgary but we're unhappy, or that we're happy together in Spain, or we're unhappy because only one person is happy. But there's all these multiple variations, so you hone in on the one that you want. And then that way, which if you like focus on the feeling without being attached, like this must be the outcome. Because maybe what happens to that couple is they go live in, I'm trying to think of somewhere that combines the two. I can't right now, but let's say they just end up, you know what, they wanted to live in Amsterdam and that's what they do. Like, we don't, because what they wanted was not necessarily these Calgary or Spain, but what they wanted was just a new place. So be open to that, all right? That we're going to connect but that there are multiple versions, not there's only one reality of happy and healthy. There are multiple realities of happy and healthy. And the universe is saying that we're going to connect to the future, but we want you to be open to the idea that there's multiple versions, that there isn't just this one. And if you don't land on this one, that there isn't another for you. There are infinite. Okay. All right. So let's begin by place your hand on your heart. We're going to enter the dragon spirit space, so where you're most connected to your higher self, to your soul, so that you can then connect to your future self. And you're going to breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. And when you exhale, feel free to let out a sigh or sound as you breathe out. We're going to do 3 breaths, and I'm going to walk you through it. So you may want to close your eyes. I'm being directed to close mine. So breathe in through your nose and breathe out. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And once more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Hmm. Interesting. Now, we're being asked to share with you to remember what I just said prior to entering the dragon spirit space, which is to let go of attachment, to focus on the feeling of the healthier and happier version of you, that there are multiple versions, an infinity of these universes, pathways for this to manifest. But we are going to expand on letting go of attachment. This means letting go of the how. This means letting go of where you think this happy, healthy version of you should exist. So many of you are like, maybe 1 year, 10 years down the line. Mm, but there's like almost like a really far distant future. Because we would say, in this moment now, 1 year can be quite far away, 10 years, even much further. But that there's this part of the self, the ego self, that believes that if you go far enough out, mm, you can then make the reality of this more believable. And we would say, yes, your mind could fathom that, yes, you are this, super healthy, happy version of yourself. If you put that out further, mm, it becomes easier to believe it's possible rather than, I am this way tomorrow. That is true. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. And if you still have your hand on your heart, just relax it in your lap. Mm. But what if we were to say to you, and again, we're going to ask you, keep an open mind. What if the happier, healthier version of yourself could be right after this meditation, or even during this meditation? Is there slight discomfort as you are sitting? Maybe a bit of dryness in the mouth, a little bit of tension in the neck or shoulder. What if you were to adjust your posture? What if you were to lick and move your tongue inside of your mouth, and generate some saliva, roll your shoulders a bit, breathe in through your nose, and breathe out. And once more, a deep breath in, breathing in light, love, oxygen, refreshment. And breathe out, releasing stress, strain, overwhelm, release it. Readjusting till you're comfortable. Is this not a healthier, happier version of yourself? Now, the mind is revolting. Not as in it is a revolting, but as in rebelling. The concept that these two little things, a little breathing, a little wiggling of the shoulders, a little moistening of the tongue in the mouth, getting some saliva going, it's like, that's not making me healthier and happier. I meant like this future version of myself where I'm healthier and happier, where I have all these things that I want, where I'm wealthy, where I have the house that I dream of, where I have the love that I dream of, where I have the wealth that I dream of, where I have the physicality that I dream of, the energy. That's the self, the happy, healthier version that I want. Not this, oh, I rolled my shoulders and my mouth is a little bit less dry, or I did some breathing. Be honest with yourself. Allow your mind to express these thoughts, these feelings, these protests, and appreciate that this is what your mind does. As I was saying, we live in a physical reality with linear time. So the mind does not know of the concept. We have talked about it, but the mind does not truly experience and understand the concept that everything exists in this moment. That by the small act of breathing, releasing some tension, rolling your shoulders, getting a little more comfortable, you are inviting more happiness. You are inviting more health. You are changing your focus from where it was towards the multiverse that will carry with it and unfold over time. The things that your mind is judging will make you feel happy and healthy. What if we set the judgment aside for a moment and we just felt into that feeling? What does it feel like? Find an area of your body that's a little bit tense. Allow it to move a bit. Breathe in, imagining breath, love, light going to that area. And then relax it as you breathe out. And feel that sense of ease, a little more openness. And really feel that feeling. You may close your eyes to bring your awareness there. And bring your awareness to your heart. Is there not joy? That such a simple thing shows that you have power, you have agency, you have control, but not in a tight, angry, frustrated, stressful way, but by releasing, relaxing, more importantly, focusing on the feeling. And when you are focused on that feeling, you are immersed in that moment of ease, relaxation. And then when you bring your awareness to your heart, there is joy because this is your natural state with all the stress, worry, control set down for a moment because your awareness was in the moment. And again, by just that the second time we did this breath and release, you have also brought your awareness more on that multiverse of health and happiness. And by focusing on the feeling, you moved many more steps in that direction. Now, we have one more thing we want to bring your awareness to, which is attachment to what this looks like, the judgment. Go back to your heart, the feeling of joy, of release and ease, and ask your heart, if you could feel like this, would you not feel healthier and happier? Would this not lead you? Well, we won't use the double negatives. Let us just say this will lead you to where you want to go, where your heart wants to go. And it may be different than what your mind has in mind. So ask your mind to just sit still for a moment and just listen to your heart. There may be overlap between the two, between what the heart sees as the health and happiness, between what the mind thinks it should be, There may be divergence, but if you step back as if you were like a drone flying in the air, looking down on your life, you will see many points of convergence, points of divergence, points of convergence. But ultimately, the goal is this feeling of joy that if you bring your awareness to your body, you feel your cells tingling with life and energy. This is, yes, there's joy, but there's also this all encompassing love, light, energy. And this is the healing energy that transforms the physical self and the physical world. If you had this, we'll say frequency or vibration about you all the time, there's a knowingness in your heart that what you seek, that world, is coming and will unfold. It just takes time because we live in a physical world. And on that note, we will exit the dragon spirit space. Recognizing this wasn't quite what the student had in mind, but maybe it is exactly what her heart wanted to hear. So, hand on your heart, 3 dragon breaths. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out. Ah. Again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ah, settling down. And again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ah. So, the universe is just saying to add a little bit of grounding words here before I stop the recording, which is that when you want to manifest this health and happiness, that the vision isn't as important as this feeling. So definitely, I'm being called to share this recording, make it easily available. I'll probably put it on my YouTube channel. But if you watch this and reconnect with that feeling in your heart, like I can feel my heart expanding right now. This will help you with manifesting. This will help you with feeling happier, feeling joy, will put you in that energy. And this is moving you on that continuum to that multiverse that you are seeking, that you might not, it's okay that you don't have the whole vision all mapped out right now. It's impossible to because of gain of linear time. And again, think of like divergence, convergence, divergence, convergence, that in the divergence, there's many more rich opportunities and experiences that if we're just on this single track with our mind, that we'll miss out on. But these circles actually will lead to more than your mind can fathom right now.